Hi everyone, today we'll be doing something a little unusual. As I was looking over my old videos last night, and honestly, I found my old memory cell system that someone was bringing up some questions, and the video, to my opinion, was a bit appalling, and at this point I've already promised him that I'd make a new video about it. So, now that I got better equipment, let's do this. The goal here was to make a memory cell system to store any value you wanted in factorial on a nice, easy, simple system, similar to that of what a computer would work with. And if I go to the blueprint book, as you can see, the system is in 3 simple blueprints to work with. We have our first blueprint, which starts up the whole process, and any more cells you would like to add to the system for actual adding onto the storage, we could just do this. Just simply keep adding blueprint number 2. And if we want a search engine, well, blueprint number 3 has us covered there. So here we have a total of 30 memory cells plus a search engine. Now, for how to interface with this, right now I'm going to use a constant combinator. Because why not? Let me give me a moment. I am going to get you all the different signals on how we interact with this system. And I'm back. So the signals that you would work with to make commands to store values on this memory system are as follow. B, to address the cell block you are trying to reach. C, to address the cell inside of said cell block. D, to reset a cell. W, to write to a cell. L, to lock a cell. R, to read a cell and its contents. -1 red, to override a lock. And how you would write those commands is cell, or cell block, cell, read. Cell block, cell, reset. Cell block, oh, my bad. Cell block, cell, write any value you want. Cell block, cell, write, lock. Cell block, cell, write, override lock. Cell block, cell, write, override lock, remove lock. Alright, so I hope that's basically a good example. And these are the following signals that you simply don't want to record or make any custom variations of your own, as if you do, they'll screw up the whole mechanism. Alright, so now with that out of the way, let's do a demonstration. If I want to, say, clear this all up, I want to record, say, on cell block 2, with a cell value of, oh, I don't know, 4. And we want to write, well, actually, let's first check, is the cell empty? So we're going to read cell block 2, cell 4, read. It is currently empty, so let's write to it W. And we're going to write ourselves 10 tanks. Just actually 11 tanks. Why not? 110. Yes. Alright, so now we've written to it. Let's take a look at its contents. Read. And there it is. Don't mind all the other garble, that will just get recorded anyways. And yeah, it's right there on the red line. Now if I want to then say on cell, well, first turn this off. Cell 2. We're going to record maybe like 70 tanks. Alright, so do that. Now let's go back to reading. There's our 70 tanks. And if I were to swap this over to cell 4, there's our 110. Now, if I were to simply say lock it, and then try to write on top of it. Well, first we write, and then we're doing the lock. So now we've done that. Let's try to now write, oh, I don't know, 7 arms. Alright, we've tried to write to it. Let's read it. Read. Ah, yes, it hasn't recorded it because we locked it. There's the magic out. If you look on the red line, that means we are locked. Now, we can overcome the lock by simply doing a -1 red. And simply then write our 7 arms to it. Now, if we read it, read, turn us back on. There we go. We've managed to overwrite the lock, and we wrote 7 arms to it. Now, what if we wanted to say clear it? Well, that's simple. All we have to do is write cell block 2, cell 4, 1D. Alright. Now we've cleared it. Let's read it. And it is clear. That's simple. And just so we have something for my search engine test. Well, I shouldn't say test. I know it works. We already have a 70, so let's record this one at 35. Oh, my bad. Record tanks at 35. Alright, just verify that we wrote to it. Yes, we did. Okay, turn that off. Okay, so let's look at this search engine. Yep, it's been 2 years since I made this thing. Don't ask me how it all works, I just know how to operate it. So let's say we want to access our tanks. Well, to do a general search, we would just type in our tanks values above this, and that doesn't equal 1. Alright. I like to reset it. D is to reset this whole search, and then R is to turn it on. And what will happen is it will go through the whole search thing until it finds it. And once it finds it, green will turn to just solid 3 blue, and voila. We got the 70 tanks. But what if we want it to be more precise? Well, to reset, let's turn it off, reset, and say it needs to equal 70. I'm not sure if this one has to be reset or not. Let's test it. Actually, wait. I'm silly. So, my bad. We wanted to check for the 35. So we reset that to 35 and check. Suppose we will go through the whole system and find it. We'll see. It's currently in it just passed the first one. And it found our 35. So, what if we try searching and we don't find the value? Well, that is also a possibility. In the event of that, so we'll say 36. Okay, so we turn ourselves back on. We check. We are now going into the first the cell block. Going into the second cell block. going into the third cell block. And we've checked out the whole system and spat out an N for no answer. So yeah, that is how the memory cell I created, or the memory cell system I created a few years ago, works. I hope this tutorial was helpful, and if you like it, why don't you give it a like or so. Why am I doing that? No. I hope you enjoyed it, and yeah, have a good day.